Hello, hello.
Hi,
Hi, thanks for joining this call. How are you?
I'm fine. How are you?
Oh yeah, doing just fine. Thanks for asking. So yeah, my name is Daniel. I am sales executive at Ply. I guess today I'll be just trying to understand more about you, what led you to Ply, what are your current challenges. Yeah, and then give you a high level overview of our platform, and hopefully we'll hear some feedback from you as well. So feel free
Sounds
to
great.
let me know.
Perfect. My name is Susanne and I'm working at PlanRadar in the HR department. And I'm currently looking for a performance management software. So we have currently a software, but it's kind of not very user friendly and it's wasting a lot of time for our leads. And we're looking now for a user friendly software where we can enter some target agreements or some goals and maybe also I'm not sure now also have some 360-degree feedback or some service etc. when it's also included fine. But the challenge we have currently is with the goals. So we have a bonus system
Okay.
which is kind of, how do you say, complex.
Right.
We have a bonus system that consists of 40% company target, 30% individual target, and 30% engagement goals.
Okay.
And we have to enter the targets and the engagement goals into a system and get out end of the year a percentage of how much the employee has achieved so that we can calculate the bonus.
Right.
And this is kind of a challenge right now.
Okay, that's interesting. And you mentioned you're using currently a software that is not
Yeah.
really user friendly. What is that, if you don't mind sharing?
No, it's an Austrian software, and it's a lot to click. Yeah, and I also and it's really the case when you have leads. Of course, it's not what they are mostly doing in the
Right.
systems, and when you're not finding where it is, and then you have to make so much clicks, and it's yeah, you can totally understand that they are complaining and don't like it.
Got it. Got it. All right. Sounds good. Thanks for sharing that. And then how does your performance review cycle typically look? Like how often do you do that? How
So we are usually doing quarterly reviews. So after each quarter, the manager sits down with the employee and discuss the target tracking progress. Yeah. So it's usually done after each quarter, and at the end of the year, we have an annual appraisal where we are also discussing the target achievements and are defining the new targets for the following year. And we are also doing once a year a 360-degree performance review for the leaders for the management.
Okay. Thanks for clarifying that. And how important for you, this kind of compensation management to actually be linked to these goals? Is that like a crucial thing for you?
Now, the most crucial thing now for us is to get the percentage out of a system because otherwise we cannot calculate anything. Yeah? And we have 400 employees. So when I have to take a look at everything, I don't know. Yeah. So this would be, or I don't know, maybe when we don't find a system, we also need to align our process, our compensation process. This would also be a possibility, but I would need a tool which is user friendly and can do most of the things we need.
Right, right. All right, sounds good. And then do you have like a specific implementation deadline or anything like that? You have
Known as soon as possible.
as soon as possible. Okay, that sounds good. And you said 400 employees, so would you need the software for all 400 people or just some departments?
For all.
For all of
So
them.
now we are around 400 employees. So we need it for everyone should be included there.
All right, sounds good. In that case, I don't have any other questions on my side. So in case you have anything to ask, or during the demo, if you have any questions, feel free to interrupt me. That way, we will have a more productive conversation.
Great, thank you.
All right, perfect. So I'll go ahead and share my screen, I guess. Right, let me know if you can see that.
Yeah.
All right, perfect. So Ply, our platform is, I guess, like an all-in-one solution for managers, HRs, to manage people, manage talent, manage performance. Would help you align your team around common objectives, run effective review cycles, and also kind of reinforce the productivity, a healthy culture within the company, so that everybody's kind of valued and recognized for their achievements. To start using our platform, you would have to set up all the teams in the team tab. You can just create the team, add the member, team purpose, things like that. Also link to the Slack channel or Microsoft Teams if you're using that.
Is it, I'm sorry.
Yeah, go ahead, absolutely.
Is it also possible to have, how do you say it? We have an HR core tool where we're putting all employees in it to have an interface, now the word, with this tool, so that the users are automatically created in the system?
Yeah, absolutely. So we are issuing the HREs and integration within like a month or so, right? So if that's like important for you to start using the tool right now, we can help you like manually transfer the data and later issue the release like this kind of integration, or just straight away do that. So we definitely
Yeah, I
consider.
think it might be really helpful because, okay, this year it's not so much, but last year we had around 20 new starters a month. And therefore it's kind of a lot of work for an HR to put everyone into the system.
Makes sense.
And yeah.
Yeah, no, absolutely, we can work around that. And then which HRE system are you using? Which
Personio.
Oh,
Personio is
Personio. Okay.
yeah.
Yeah, we absolutely familiar with that with that system. All right, and as far as I know, by the way, Personio also has that type of running review cycles. Are you using that within their system?
No,
or no?
no, because we cannot enter our goals like we want in Personio. We already looked at it.
Yeah, well,
So that's
that would be the first thing to do. All right, I understand. All right, no worries. Let's jump to the people tab. Once again, if we kind of integrated with Persona, everything would be set up automatically. But in any case, you can also forward the link to the chat, and everybody would be able to set up via this link, add them manually, assigning job title, managers, teams, access level. Everything is pretty straightforward here. I'll pause right here. Maybe any questions, comments?
No, I think that's clear.
Sounds good. So let's jump to the objective section, which is, I guess, something that can be called goals. In our system, we are using OKR methodology. So I was wondering if your team kind of familiar with that, like.
Yes, so we started with the OKR methodology, but it changed a little bit. So we are not doing some so we are usually, the employees are getting a yearly target agreement, but with goals which might also only be for the first quarter. And this is also possible, but it's not that we are after each quarter defining new goals. Maybe this happens once or twice, but all in all, the employee is getting one target for the year, and then we're taking a look at the progress.
Got it. Well, we don't have like a typical, I guess, goal management functionality for the tool. What we have is like everything that you need to manage your objectives. So here you would have more than 100 template for each teams, product team, engineering team, marketing, sales, people, finance, right? All those templates are created with the use of best practices of creating OKRs. You can always create it from scratch, but let's have a look on the one I've already created. I'll just pause right here. If that would something within your interest, if I can say that, do you need this at all? I mean, like objectives, because like I said, we don't have really like a way to manage goals.
But I don't know if that's kind of a big difference, because when I have usually we also have it like this. We have a name for the goal. I don't know, for me, let's say, something, recruit 100 people, for instance, and then we have sub goals, which says 500 in Austria, 200 in the US, and 100 something. Yeah, so it's kind of similar. But is it possible to weight the key results differently for the objective?
Yeah, absolutely. We have this weighting option as well. So if this is more important, you can always, or let's say if this one is less important, you can put 0.5. So it's not a problem. All right, then, yeah, thanks for letting me know. So typically within this field, you would just put some inspirational objective, assign it to the team, and then break it down, to from 5 to 6 key measurable results, and assign it to the owner, which is the member of this team. So pretty straightforward here, and then user will have to go, into our platform and update it manually. And as the current number is updated, it will update the overall progress of the objective. Yeah. And yeah, also if you have something within this objective that can't really be measured by numbers but still need to be done, you can always add a task. Let's say, open a new office, create a presentation, anything like that. Also assign it to the specific person. Comments for either managers or employees. So pretty straightforward here. Notes. And also we have a feed of the progress of key measurable results, which can automatically be pushed to the Slack channel, and that way everybody is kind of updated on the progress of the objective.
And how is it with the visibility? Can I also just assign it to, when we have a goal for one, or an objective for one owner, for one employee, does everybody see it, or will only the person and the manager will see it?
So this depends, I guess, on the transparency of your organization. You can either make it public so that every user in the system can see it, or private. That way, only assigned user and manager, within the hierarchy, will be able to view it and edit it. Yeah. And also, you would be able to add it as a child to the parent objective, right? Let's say if you think that this objective is contributing to this objective, you can make it a child, and it will automatically update the progress of the parent objective by updating key results in the child objective. I know that might sound a little complicated, but let me just show you the view tree of it. So let's say by updating the achieve a monthly recurring revenue of 300K, we would automatically update this one as well. Right. Any questions, comments, feedback?
And I already know that I can weight the sub goals. Can I also weight the objectives as well?
No, objectives cannot be weighted. And you wouldn't really need it if you just weight correctly each and every key measurable result within the objective. Yeah.
Okay.
All right, I guess that's all regarding objectives. You can also have a better high-level overview of the objectives within your company in the dashboard. So here you select up to 5 teams, compare their overall progress, and also can see how many objectives within this team is on track, at risk, behind, postponed, and things like that. Yeah, and also later on you can also export that to use during the meetings. And we also have a cool feature, which is a TV mode. I'm not sure if you guys work within the office, but if you do, and you
Yes, we are.
Yeah, and you're always wondering why you have so many TVs. Well, now you can display your objectives, and that everybody, let's say from the marketing team, can see what they're working for, and that would also kind of inspire them to work harder. All right, sounds good. That's all regarding objective cycles. I'll jump straight to the review cycles. So here you can launch any type of reviews: 360 reviews, peer reviews, manager reviews. Also measure the competencies. Once again, either creating cycle from the scratch, I can just use my draft one. So within this, let's say we'll be reviewing me as a 360 annual review folder. Let's say we have a sales folder here. Give a little introduction to give a little bit of context of what's going on. Then participants, so that would be me basically. And we would want to add someone from the sales team, from the marketing team. And let's say for some reason we want Sophia, the developer, here. So these would be the people who would be submitting the answers about me. And in case we want to include or exclude the self-evaluation, we can always
But I cannot define who is manager, who is direct report, and who is a peer.
So that you would define within the team tab, people tab. If you remember, I showed it to you in the beginning, right? So there you would have, so let's say if you are within one team and then you don't have, and you're not the manager of that person, that means that you are his or her peer. And then if you have the manager assigned, so that would, it will be automatically
So it
set
makes
up.
automatically
Correct.
okay.
Correct. Yeah, and so here you can create any type of questions you need, open-ended, linear scale. With the help of linear scale, you can also measure the competencies. So if that's leadership review for the managers, you can manage that. Creativity, engagement, anything you want on the scale from 1 to 5 or maybe more. You can also add cannot answer if this is not really important question, required, non-required. Also rephrase the question for the self-evaluation if needed. So pretty much anything you need to run effective performance reviews, you can do it here. Extremely customizable, intuitive as well. Yeah. Regarding the visibility, in this step, you would set up who will be able to see the results of the review cycle. So for example, if you want the recipient of the review to see the reviews, you can check it here, and then also set it up whether that would be anonymous or not anonymous. Right, and same for the managers, HR admins, and we also have a feature for the HRs to be able to calibrate the responses before actually submitting the reviews. So they would go through each response, kind of check it for the language or rates or things like that, and after that kind of submit the review.
Okay.
Right. Also, let's put anonymous here. And final, basically the timeline. So you would set up the start date, deadline, end date, and also the reviewers would get an automatic notifications 2 days, 1 day and 4 hours before the deadline to make sure that everybody's actually submitting their reviews, right?
Cool.
Yeah, because we know that is a really struggle for HR managers to go after each and after employee to make sure they actually fill in their reviews.
That's true.
Yeah. Well, let's have a look on the completed review cycle. In this case, 3 people were reviewing Anna. So here you can see the self-evaluation compared to the peer evaluation with all the percentages, things like that. And in the bottom, you will also see the competency metric where you can compare self-evaluation to manager evaluation to peers evaluation. Right. Public notes, private notes, pretty straightforward here. Also the ability to export.
Export as PDF.
Of course, yeah. Either a PDF or a CSV file, whichever works better for you. And you can either export the report for the one recipient or just export the whole cycle, export all responses, whichever works better for you. Right? Yeah. Any questions?
No, just let's finish this one.
All right. Let's see, the system is a little bit slow. Okay, for some reason it's not showing. Let me see. All right. Yeah. Well, we also have the analytics. I don't know what's the issue here because 5 minutes ago it was working apparently, but yeah, that way you would also be able to compare the performance reviews between teams, between, let's say if you have different offices, by the age and things like that. But you would have to take my word for that because it's not downloading at the moment. I'm sorry. All right, I'll pause right here. Maybe you have any feedback or questions.
No, I think it's clear. Thank you.
All right, based on what you saw so far, do you think that is something that might work for you, or you kind of lacking some functionality?
I think the 360 degree. I think this would be fine. Regarding the objective, not sure if we can do it like we want. Would it be possible to have a test account to test the system?
Yeah, absolutely. I can provide you with a 14-day trial
Perfect.
as we done with the call, and yeah, you would be able to navigate the system yourself.
Okay, perfect.
All right.
Is it also possible to make an export of the objectives? Is it possible as well, or only for the 360?
Yeah, so with the objectives, you wouldn't be able to export like a single objective, but you can always export the objective cycles, right? So let's say you want to export the objective cycle of Q1 2023. You just go ahead, export, and that would be a CSV file with all the objectives and key measurable results within this cycle. Yeah.
Okay.
Also integration, Slack, Microsoft Teams, already mentioned that. We can also jump straight, let's say, to the one-on-ones. This is the feature for managers to run effective one-on-one meetings with their employees after, let's say, having the annual performance review cycle, right? So you would go here, select the employee. Also, we have a lot of templates for kind of these kind of meetings to have a more talking points during the meetings, and depending on the purpose of the meeting, of course. So whether it's like a gathering feedback or just a common one-on-one. And if your calendar is connected, it will allow you to set up the time frame. So let's say you run this meeting every 2 weeks. And this meeting will also be connected to the personal development plan of Emma. Here, this is just a standard template. You know, during these sort of meetings, managers usually discuss 1, 3, 5 years goals, strengths, weaknesses, action plans. Within action plans, you can also set up a certain date to make sure this will actually be done, and also check out the revisions every time, 1 month, 3 months. Pretty straightforward here. Yeah, so that was PDP, pretty much created in this tab. Like I said, we have just one standard template. You can always tailor it to the needs of your company and use it during these like sort of personal development cycles.
That's nice.
Yeah. All right. Another feature we have is a feedback. You can always ask for a feedback or provide a feedback without waiting for the review cycle to come, or just not to do it in the chat where everything is getting kind of messy, and have this feedback stored in one place. So I want to give a feedback to I want to ask a feedback from Sasha, the developer. Here I can either ask the question, use the templates, and always see like the best practices of how to ask a good question to get actually a good response. And after that, it will be just pending here, and as the user just log in, see it, and provide a feedback, and same works for giving the feedback. Right. Okay. And the last but not least is praises. So here you select the employee you want to congratulate. Let's say it was a big achievement, just like a great success on the project. So you just put in here the message, the values that was there, and also push it to the Slack channel with the reactions. So pretty straightforward here. Helps employees feel more valuable within the organization.
Cool.
Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah. I think that's all regarding the functionality of our platform. I can definitely provide you with a 14-day free trial for you to try the platform yourself. Do you evaluate any other solutions at the moment?
Yes, of course. We're looking now, so not, but
Right.
some I'm evaluating.
Okay, got it.
And what is the price?
So regarding the price, that you should be looking at the Pro plan, which would be $6 per user per month, as it includes performance reviews, competencies, personal development plans, and also HRIS integration. So that would be $6 per user per month if billed annually, or if monthly, that would be 7.5 per user per month. Yeah, so for 400 employees, I can just give you a ballpark number. Just 1 second. Okay. I can actually email you that if you don't mind.
Sure.
Yeah, it wouldn't be a really complicated calculations. Yeah, but anyway, is that something like within your budget?
To be honest, I didn't get a budget, but we will see then.
Yeah.
No, we need now a tool which has the functionalities we need, and then it's up to the CEO to decide about the budget.
Yeah, that makes sense. Okay, so functionality is like more important for you than the price itself. All right, yeah, that's reasonable. And also, if you could just walk me through the like a decision process, how would you make the final decision? Would you be presenting the solution to your C-suite? Would you require, let's say, next, another presentation in case you decide to move forward?
Yeah, this depends. Then I will present it, of course, to my managers, and then I think we make a decision, and also, and then the CEO has to decide.
Got it. Okay. Sounds good. All right then. Like I said, I'll forward you the link to start the free trial. When do you think you might be able to give me like some sort of heads up regarding our tool, whether that's a good fit for you or not? For me, not to just send you useless follow-ups and things like that. I can just follow up after a week or week and a half.
Yes, let's say a week and a half.
Week and a half.
I have enough time to check it out.
All right, sounds good. Yeah, I'll forward you another email then, and yeah, we can stay in touch.
Perfect. Great, thank you very much for the presentation.
All right, absolutely. Thanks for joining this call and for your time as well. You have a good one.
Thank you.
All right.
Thank you then.
Cheers.
Have a nice